Hello and welcome back, or welcome in. If you've been here before, you know that this could get messy. I don't script what I'm doing. I just go with a thought, and we see where we go. And sometimes it takes nearly an hour, and I really don't want to do that today because I'm desperate for a cup of coffee. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions. I speak on behalf of nobody else, and also I swear. Now, today, I'm going to talk about something that happened. I'm still like a little bit shocked by that happened the other day. And I think I'm going to end up unfriending this bloke on Facebook. He added me. I don't add people on Facebook. I've probably added no more than a dozen, and I've got, well, I know I've got 1,800 followers, but I don't know how many friends I've got, but it's quite a few. And on my old account, I used to have 4,500 friends, but that's because I had an add all, delete none policy. As you're probably gathering from my recent videos and me bringing it back up, I doubt that there's anybody who's here that was here from the beginning. But basically, I put myself on an experiment in 2007, and I don't behave like ordinary people, right? I don't use my brain the same way that that I always did before. And, you know, this experiment that I'm on is basically includes things like I don't lie, honestly, trust me, makes your life so much fucking easier. Never mind leaving yourself defenseless or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Lying does you no favours. You don't have to remember all the fucking shit that you've told the different people. If you just tell everybody the truth all at one go. And this is partly why I do, the YouTube fandango. Because literally, I put my stuff down, the whole world can see it. Yes, I overshare. There are things that you don't need to know, and there's probably something, if this goes where it could possibly go, I may overshare at some point in time in this video. Keep your eye out for that one. I think I may, because I think I'm going to talk about it at some point in time. We're talking about men, right? Now, when I started this channel, I had a fiance. Well, I had a husband, as far as I'm concerned. We didn't legally marry because I was still married to the one before. That wait one. And I was scared of him back then. And so I just didn't want anything. I didn't want to think of him. So I didn't bother getting divorced because it would have had to have meant speaking to him and shit like this. Anyway, that's all over and done with now. Bless him. I'm so sorry. I won't this. I just have, haven't I? Bless him. If you knew what we were doing now, you'd crack up. Anyways, so I did marry this, in my opinion, on the 6th of June, 2006. I married what I consider to be my last husband. 666. It's got to be done, isn't it? Just because I'm a massive fucking child. Anyways, so yeah, I considered him, and it was the longest relationship I'd ever had in my life. We were together for 9 years, and we'll be together forever in a certain way. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely love the man. We're just incompatible. He's not my kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? But I absolutely love him. Get on like a house on fire. He's my safe space. Well, he's not my safe space. I never speak to the dude, barely. But do you know what I mean? I keep him in my heart. His family. It's just the fact that we weren't meant to be together. But such a crush. He's absolutely gorgeous. So whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, swoon. But that's what it should have always been. So grateful though for those 9 years. Then I split up with him in 2011. Absolutely fucking traumatizing. And been on my own ever since, except for the end of 2023. I entertained 3 fellas. The first one lived in, I don't know, I can't remember. but it might as well have been the moon, right? It was an online relationship, right? And it was so romantic. We'd do things like sync watch videos. I've got my son doing this now, actually, because his girlfriend lives in America. They're going through the whole Alien franchise at the minute. But it's a cracking idea, like if you don't live together, sync watch, like get your headphones on or get on the phone and whatever, and then watch a film together so that you can discuss the film. It's like being in the same room, when the lights are down and you can sit and have a natter with the person that you're with. It don't really matter that they're in the room because you're watching the film. Anyways, yeah. So we did things like that, and we played Facebook games and whatever. And I fell for this lad. Like, apart from anything, I was like fucking ass. Like, amazing body on him. He was a gardener, and not bad looking either. And yeah, that didn't work out. Turns out he got a load of other women on the go as well. It's like, and he did like this crazy psycho shit of like accusing me of things, and I'm like, because I know I don't do shit like this. He'd like accuse me of talking to my mates about him, like when I challenged him on something that he'd quite obviously done and said, here you go, is this thing that you've quite obviously done, or this lie that you've quite obviously told. He went like all cray and saying I was talking, I don't have mates, right? I was talking to my girl mates, witches, he called them. And I said like, excuse me, but one of my male friends also told me that you were doing, this is obviously what you were doing. And he just basically gave this bloke props. Like, oh yeah, well, that's different and whatever, but your women friends are all witches. And it's like, I weren't talking to anybody. I did actually, it was me, weed guy who actually stuck up for me and said, yeah, mate, he's, and I did speak to my son, I think. Anyways, it don't matter. Actually, so we're talking about dodgy men today, basically, and my relationship with these dodgy men. That's what this is about. Occasionally you've just got to break with tradition, leave the unstoppable march of Islam to its own devices for a day. Just talk about a little bit of me. Because I like people to know what I'm about. And when people come at me with, you're this, you're that, you're the other, and I know that isn't me, I like to have my voice said and, do it to the whole world at one go. Because then I've only got to say it once, right? I've not got to go around and tell her and then tell this person it like slightly twisted, but just tell the truth to everybody at fucking once and have it done. And then you can give me your opinion and tell me if this dude's being a douche, right? So yeah, back in 2023. So I was with I thought we were together. Like after a month, and then it's like I've always told you from the beginning that like I'm speaking to other women, and it's like, well, I think I remembered it if you it's kind of the sort of thing that like sort of sticks in, do you know what I mean? I've not got an iron fucking brain, an iron memory, but yeah. Then I went out with this dude that we called him Nutjob Bob. He ended up in a mental institution. He was fucking vile at me. And I was only with him a week and I broke up with him 3 times. And then he wouldn't let me go. He's one of I have 2 people on my block list, I think, and he's one of them. But the fucking insults that I got from that man and then when I blocked him on Facebook, he came for me on Instagram, so I blocked him on that as well. And he's left me now. He's got a girlfriend. Well, last I heard, he got a girlfriend. But that was awful. That was an awful experience. He got people coming for me in town. He was fucking following me, but I'm like, oh, no. And then I went out with this fucking fella and actually did kind of, I got court feels, was with him a month and a half. He cheated on me. He's thinking this is perfectly fine. Yeah, I was only cheating, but his mum had taught him that. His mum's like, oh yeah, you got to cheat a little bit, keep it spicy. No, you've not. Where'd you get that fucker from? But her son, my boyfriend at the time, that's what he'd been brought up knowing. And he with me a fucking month and a half. He goes home with some other way. Didn't go. If you saw him, you'd be like, no, he didn't. He didn't sleep with her. You know what I said about how like proper like with me ex-husband? No, won't like this with this fella. Not many people could see why I was with him, let's put it that way. But I'm a fucker for goofy teeth. Goofy teeth and glasses, mate. Like, I like some strange looking people. But which, yeah. So if there's anybody out there who thinks I won't shoot shots, she won't fucking look at me, I'm like bloody weirdo. Don't think it. You'd be surprised. You know, like I like people who look different from other people. Although, if you mates with me on Facebook, I shared this thing the other day. It was like blokes around the AI men around the world. If the bloke's in Uzbekistan, look out like this fucking dude, mate. I'm moving to Uzbekistan. It don't sound like a real name, does it? Anyways, right. So, actually, before I get into this, I woke up in the night, made up a joke, didn't I? Let's see if I can land this one. Where do you stick a bunch of women-hating man-baby criminals? Incels. Anyways, so this dude that is on Facebook, that I've got on Facebook, I won't say his name, but he did add me because I don't add people, right? Because I don't think it's fair for me to send out friend requests. I have done a few, you know, like if I get in chats with people and usually when I'm in bounce call lives and whatever, or, you know, general DJ lives on Facebook, and I get talking to somebody and I fall in love. I'm like, oh, please, can I add you? But I warn you, I am really annoying. But that's like a handful. Usually everybody adds me. And so this bloke's added me. I don't know why, right? He obviously didn't look at the wall when he added me because he knows fuck all about me, or he wouldn't have added me. Do you know what I mean? But I'm starting to think this man is a bit of a woman hater because he posted this thing and I just pleasantly, like literally replied to it. Because I do that every now and again. Usually I scroll past it. If I see something and I'm like, that's not very nice, or like, you know, like bullshit, I'll just scroll by it. I don't want to get in, you know. Or this guy actually posted something else. I'll see if I can find it, right? I may see if I can find it. And it's like, you hate women, don't you? But at the time, I didn't know this, right? So I just innocently responded, and this is what happened, right? And I've brainwave because I got my new phone for my birthday. Got my old one, kept my old one, so I can do this. Now, this woman here, I don't know whether you can see it actually, but she looks like a little bit like a mixture of Virginia Cleaver, our old ward councillor, and Gail Platt. But this is, oh shit, the bloke's name was on it. Oh shit, don't go look. You know, I'm sure he's lovely, and I don't think it's his real name. Anyways, it don't matter, right? He just wrote with it Catwoman, right? I am a Catwoman, right? So it's like literally, I'm the perfect prey. And it's, I regret belittling men. At 63, I've ended up alone. I'd always imagined I would end up married with 2 wonderful children and living in a house in the countryside. I have paid a hefty price for my so-called liberation. For a start off, woman, grow yourself a spine. You don't need a man, right? You know, get a woman if you don't want a man. Like, but, you know, like, you know, like that is a bit pathetic. Really, she's been a bit pathetic because it's like that's not the goal. You know, like, why are you belittling men? What the fuck are you doing? I think that's absolutely atrocious. Like, she's some kind of fucking raging feminist. woman, like I don't need a man, and which is fine. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between feminism and independence, and I think that she's a feminist. Anyway, this dude, he shared this and called her a cat woman. Cracking. I am also a cat woman. I'm 54, fully intend to be single by the time I'm 63. Happy with that, right? Because I'm different from most folks, and I don't fit in with normal men. You know, like, and I don't want to sound up my own arse, but not many of them can keep up with me. You know, like, you've got the psychological side of me, you know, like, yeah, like on paper, I am no catch. No catch. Got multiple sclerosis. Shit housewife. No fucking money. Flob. Do you know what I mean? Got no going for me. But there's bits on me that people like. The wobblies. You know, like the wobblies, right? And I've got the hair. That's usually a puller. You know, like, but I know I ain't much to look at, and the physical body, the exterior, the meat suit of Kerry-Ann ain't all that, right? But what's inside, I don't know anybody. I've never met anybody on the planet who does what I do, specifically. I've never known anybody who's experienced the things that I've experienced, but I know them to be true, and I know that anybody out there, well, I've had people say, "Mate, same." Do you know what I mean? So I know that I'm on the right track, but also I know that because of my set of circumstances, because I don't have any money and I don't have a car, so I can't leave the house, because I have multiple sclerosis, so I don't go out. I used to be out and about and all around years ago. Let's see where did it? No, if I'm going to do that. Oh, I know where it is. I'll show you my scrapbook. Like, literally, used to open fates, shit like that. Used to be a bit of a celeb. Well, I got called a celebrity once. It was so cute. But we'll go through my if anybody, fuck it, we'll do it one day. We'll go through my scrapbook. One of them. I have two. I did a lot of stuff, and now I do absolutely nothing. But in there, I'm different. Do you know what I mean? And blokes can't. For a start off, blokes are taught that stronger women are to be feared or to be disliked or whatever. But you can't talk butterfly language with caterpillar people. And should we just go to? I thought, right, because I didn't know this bloke. I do now, and he has posted a few things since it just seems very man-centric and anti-woman. Let's put it that way. But I just, right, in all open honesty, I intend to still be alone at 63, and I've not belittled a man in my life. I just don't need one. Smiley face, right? That's what I put. That's the intention with which I put it, right? I don't need a man. I'd like a man, for doing but for doing the jobs around the house. Do you know what I mean? And that's selfish, and that's bitchy, and no. Don't get me wrong. That's not how I behave in relationships. I wouldn't be in a relationship with somebody. That's why I'm not in a relationship. It would be handy to have somebody to drag my bed out the house, for example. But I ain't going to get a man just for that. I wouldn't be fair on him apart from that else. But when I fall in love like both. I've just got to tell you this thing happened. And it kind of sort of proves the energy thing, which I'm trying to convey at the minute, because I want people to know that you are made of energy, and that basically you are being lied to about what your place in the universe by them bastards, the people who stole the secrets of the universe and won't let you know what you are, just so that they can get away with enslaving the entirety of humanity for fucking ever. I want to free us all, man and woman, equal, right? Do not see a difference myself. but I'm noticing that other people don't. Right? Sorry, I've just missed that again, and I. Oh yeah, so you know the husband that I loved. I loved them all. I've had 3. First one I can't really remember much, but he wasn't a very nice man. He was very like racist and still is. Do you know what I mean? It's quite amusing looking at my ex-husbands because like I'm so different from all of them because none of them have evolved. And I've just changed like my whole life because I just constantly want to make myself better so I can do a better job for it all because this job needs doing, right? And so I'm like constantly changing, and fucking bless him, my son, he's like a couple of times like said to me like, can I just say I've noticed how you've grown, do you know what I mean? And you know, like, and I'm you're changing, and I think that's really good, you know, that you're learning your lessons from the bad things that you've done in your life and from the things that have happened to you, and you're using it to help better yourself. And like I'm like, oh, love him. I just stuck that up my nose then. So deep. But yeah, one day, right, when I was with my last husband, I just walked into the living room and I just straddled him because I could do these things back then without looking like a twat. Straddled him and I just got him, right, and I just kissed him on the forehead, right, and I just went, right. It was about 20 seconds. Got off, literally, he had this fucking red spot, like, just from, like, because I was proper loving on him. I was like, ooh, and it was a proper energy transfer. He got this for hours. I hadn't sucked. I just giving him, like, all this love. Fucking literally had this big red fucking circle on his forehead all afternoon. It was so cool. But proves energy. Anyways, right, let's go back to this. Oh, so somebody said something that like really nice, but there's this geezer. I'm gonna call him Steve, right? Because it was what his name is, right? Not his last name, because you know I don't want anybody to be nasty at him. But right, because I just put like I don't need a man. You know what I mean? But I've never belittled one in my life. I don't belittle men. You know, I say bless them, but that's not belittling. I fucking, you know, men are lovely creatures and, you know, love men. Just don't need one. Do you know what I mean? And then I'd have to give up my peace. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't argue. And like back at the end of 2023, as I said earlier on, when I was with these 3 blokes, oh my God, the stress. And that was the year I ended up on Christmas Eve with fucking camera up my fucking arse. Like, literally, because it set my guts off. Like, I'm a martyr to my guts. I'm a Virgo. Do you know what I mean? And literally, I ended up in fucking hospital. I was shitting blood and all sorts. Like, it was trauma. And I don't need that in my life. I don't need somebody who's going to assume that I'm lying when I know that I've spent the last 18 years not doing that, fucker. So when people accuse me of being like bitchy or of looking at other people, I'm incredibly open with that. You know, like I do love men, and literally I will sit there and I'll go, like, oh my God, look at him in front of the bloke that I'm with, to the man that I'm with. You know, it's honesty. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking overly honest. There is no point in lying. You shouldn't be with somebody if you have to lie to them. Honestly, there is more to life than that. You can have a life without that fucking stress, my darling. Like, literally, give it a think. Anyway, I don't want anybody to split up because of me. Anyway, so little old Steve, bless him. Right. Bearing in mind, I just said, never belittled a man, just don't need one. He came back with, and on behalf of the male population that built, I'm going to put punctuation in there for him, that invested, built, maintains, and allows you to be that arrogant. I say thank you for saving us I'm going to correct his spelling as well, from your miserable ethics, horrible worldviews, and just outright appalling take on what is required to maintain the society you're privileged with living in. Oh, and I'm sure not contributing a single thing to except your own digital creator godlike impression of yourself. So I had to share that with you, really, because you guys know me. And so it's obviously like, I don't know whether like you just, if you hover over somebody's name, it comes up. I have it on my wall, right? Because I was, several months ago, Facebook forced me to become a digital creator. I had 1,800 followers, and basically it said, if you don't become a digital creator, we're going to remove your followers. That's what happened. And I had to become a digital creator. I think it's the most fucking annoying title. It is pompous. It's obnoxious. I dislike it immensely, right? So I have got on my profile, my bio says I am not a digital creator. Facebook said that if I didn't change it to digital creator, it would remove the followers. So this geezer just took the time to learn about me, that I got digital creator written, which Facebook put there, but he didn't look enough to go through my wall or look at my bio that says I'm not a digital creator. But he threw it as an insult. Saving men from my miserable ethics, horrible worldviews, and just outright appalling take on what is required to maintain this society. So does he think, basically, that I'm of childbearing age and I'm doing that? Because I'm like 54. I've got 3 kids. They're all grown. I've got 3 grandkids. I'm done having babies. Like, is there something else that I'm depriving the world of by being this arrogant? Trust me, if somebody turns up who literally can deal with this, I will love that man or lady forever. And they will be so fucking safe and so loved and so fucking happy. But you've got to deal with things like fucking moonwalking in Tesco. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I am not like any other brother. And I am not just settling for one of these. Because you imagine if I got with little old Steve over there, literally non-stop arguments, he'd be accusing me of all sorts because of my vile worldview. Projection, mate. It's called projection. So I just replied to him and said, you seem a bit angered by my happiness. Is everything okay? Here if you need a chat. And they giggled when I put it, because I wasn't being bitchy. So there was that. Let's see if I can find, because then this dude shared something else, so I just nicked it off his wall, because I'm like, because the original poster, nowhere. This bloke insulting somebody in his comments. Now, if somebody comes insulting in my comments, if they're being a cunt, I will come for them, right? You don't, and I have. Like, literally, somebody starts, I'm like, no, you could talk like that on your own wall, you could talk like that on general Facebook, but you're not talking like that on my page. I will not have people starting on each other on my page. It's something that I don't do. It's not fair, right? So whoever you are, even if you're my best mate, that one, but the person that I know the best, if you start on somebody, I'll come for you and say, no, that is not the way to behave. This dude sat back and let this bloke fucking have a go at me and make a twat of himself, to be fair, because he didn't know me. Oh. By the way, if you are mates with me on Facebook, just fucking go to my wall and check these guys right out for me, because you will not be disappointed. It is my favourite video that I've seen all fucking year. I'm living for it. You know I follow these lads now. But like my son, when I showed my son last night, and it, like literally I peed, actually peed myself and did a little bit of wee. He said like they're both at peak puberty, and it's like, yep. Diddly bow, diddly bow, diddly. Oh.
It's artificially.
Yeah.
Elite email suggests.
Yeah. Oh, please let me find it. Well, it's going to be before then. I post a lot on Facebook. If you not got me on Facebook, like add me on Facebook because then we can chat. Oh, mate, I love that man. Right, so this guy, right, posted after that thing. He posted quite of other things, women hatey things, and then he posted this. So I stole it because he's so wrong. And like in the comments of the other one, like his mates were like, yeah, fucking, you know, the cat lady thing, yeah, fucking bitch, you know, like everybody just piled on. I think I'm gonna have to unfriend him, not block him. I don't block people. Everybody's entitled to my opinion, and I don't like, you know, like I don't, you know, like I'm not pompous and think that people are gonna just still message me. If they want to follow me, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want to see that in my feed. I don't want to see women hate. I've learned enough about these people to know that I'm not really going to learn much more by keeping them there. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, right, so he posted this. We are alive today because patriarchy worked. You can see, we're already there. It kept our ancestors alive when the world was brutal. Men fought wars, protected families, built tribes, and made decisions that ensured survival. Patriarchy was not designed to oppress, it was designed to endure. Every generation that survived carried its legacy forward. You exist because it succeeded. Now people call it evil without realizing that comfort is built on the same system that once kept chaos away. Stop, and then the sting in the tail, which people like this have to do. Stop chasing fake internet points trying to sound woke. And it's like... Do you know what I mean? First off, mate, that's not what the patriarchy is it? Right? So I shared it, and I'll just read what I shared it with, just to be in the interest of full transparency. I put, just in case I have friends who believe this kind of stuff, this is not what the patriarchy is. The patriarchy is the self-titled intellectual elite who possess the secrets of what we are and our place in the universe, and instead of using that knowledge to benefit humanity and the planet that we stand on, kept it veiled in symbols and allegory, only shared it with their mates who prove that they are greedy and self-serving and have used it to enslave us all. And they don't deserve your soul. Notice the little insult on the end. That's really not doing anybody any favours, is it? Even if this information was correct, which it is far from, the insult just sounds childish and is guaranteed to put off anyone who was considering joining their side. And this is like, literally, I've watched this for the last 18 years. You know, people learn that there's something bad with the world and then basically use that to lord it over other people for being, and you know, call them sheeple. For example, for a start off, cannot stand the word sheeple. You are going to get nowhere if you're talking to people like they're fucking stupid. It is not anybody's fault for not knowing what somebody else knows. You know, like we operate, I call it an office junior mentality, you know, like where it's like, oh, I've learned something new, so I'm going to be rude at people and make them make the coffee. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm higher up than them, because I know a bit more. It's like, shit, mate, like the amount I know, I could be right up my own fucking arse. And I refuse to do so. I'm no better than anybody, but also I am no fucking worse. And that's enough for me. So yeah, so let me know what you think on this. I think like if I see anything else, then I'm just gonna unfriend him. I don't mind unfriending people now. I used to feel a right bitch about it, but it's like you got to maintain your fucking peace, and sitting there just watching people hating women. Like it's so unevolved. We've all got a space. Do you know what I mean? And we are going to need the men. These men that this person's talking about are not the patriarchy, but they are good, strong men. I watched a video in the night, went back to sleep, dreamt I was in fucking France. Amazing. Danny Tomo, right? Not familiar with Danny Tomo. I do live in a fucking bubble. Do you know what I mean? I don't sit and research it. I work with it all and I come and share it with you, but most of the time I'm playing fucking Klondike on Facebook, just fucking in my own head. But this guy sent me, it's the first video I've watched of Danny Tomo, but somebody has actually asked, somebody suggested that I contact him regarding the mosque up the road. But I'm a bit scared of talking about men, because it is, like men do tend to talk to each other like women aren't worth it. And you never know which one you're going to get, and also I don't really know. I never really looked up and get in contact with him. But he seems like a really busy guy, and like from the people that, because I did mention, I did contact quite a few people about the mosque, and literally crickets, mate, crickets. So I'll just do it by myself. That's how I work. Fuck it. But if anybody does know him, let him know who I am. That's a good kid. Because I just want that fucking mosque to not open. That's all. Don't want any fighting in the streets. Just want it to not fucking open. Because then, once that opens, our estate is fucked. And I don't think that's fair. But yeah, watch this thing of Danny Tomo and this. Oh, he's a lovely looking fella. I don't know what his name is, but he's from Birmingham and he's got grey hair, and it's like long grey hair. And you know what I'm like with long hair. Probably don't absolutely love a bit of hair. Can't see why men shave it. Not a lover of the bald head. And unfortunately, middle-aged white men, the people that let's get her in here, Karen Pickering, my local Labour ward councillor, says that we have more to fear from middle-aged white men in our own home than we ever do from migrants. So, unfortunately for me, because I'm not really keen on middle-aged white men. But give me a 20-something South Korean, get in. Oh yeah, let's leave him for another day. Let's leave the too much information for another day. But yeah, if you only knew. So this guy with the long grey hair, and they went over to France, and they found out that basically France are fucking sending these crims over. These people are being given citizenship in France, and they're throwing it away on the fucking beach along with their identification, and then France are burying the fucking motor things. You know it. And the dinghies for them to do one run thing, and they say that there's no gangs. And literally, if there were people patrolling the fucking beaches, they'd never get off. Like literally in England are paying France millions, right, to send these blokes over here. Like it's all a fucking con. And please watch the videos that I've made on this. It is all part of an agenda. The whole fucking thing is part of an agenda from them bastards. Right? And it is needing to be stopped, because the government won't stop it. The government won't even get the fucking military involved. If the military sat on the beaches, problem solved. Why haven't they done that? Because it's a fucking agenda and they need it to happen. Unfettered, is that a word? like, but unstopped, unchecked. Like, literally, they need them here because of the agenda. Like I keep saying, the shit isn't decided in board meetings. It's decided in lodge meetings. And these two guys went over to France, and literally, we need more men like that. Not mindless thugs. I should imagine that this little lot, I think they're American actually, but I should imagine if they got together, they'd just go around battering people around the head with sticks. Black ones, probably. If they're that like that about women, I should imagine they're probably racist as well. But that's me I'm being a bit, I'm stereotyping them, and that's bad. So I won't do that, but they're not the sharpest tools in the box. They're not the shiniest buttons in the dankst. Is it dankst? What's it called? The fucking butter biscuits. Royal Dutch. No, let me know in the comments. You know the biscuits you put the sewing kit in? Christmas biscuits. It's soon going to be time for Christmas biscuits. But yeah, we need that. We need Danny Tomos and this other fella, and don't know what his name is, but proper geezers. Do you know what I mean? Weren't violent, didn't start on anybody, just went and got the job done. And if we're not going to get the job done, we need people like that. Now, if I was this fucking cat fucking licking feminist that old Steve thought, I'd be like, no, we don't need that. And in fact, you know, like, we do need discussion. That is what will sort this out. Discussion will sort this out. But boots on the ground, we need men who ain't going to go in there and get themselves arrested, who are not going to hurt people, who are just going to get the fucking job done. Top job to them. And on that note, I'm buggering off. I've probably missed things out. Week ago, something like that, maybe 2. I mentioned a protest that was going on for special education needs kids in Leicester, and I forgot to put on the end that the Leicester Mercury didn't report it. That was what. So just in case you watched that video and you were like, what about it? The Leicester Mercury didn't even report on it. The Leicester Mercury picks and chooses what it reports on, as we've spoken about. Anyways, I'm going to leave you there. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and whatever. Remember, Heavenly Shadow bound over it. So, no. God, I mentioned last thing. I've hit 1.1k subscribers. 1,105, if you please. Now, to everybody else, this will be like numbers, right? Every single one of you 1,100, like the 1,105 people. No words of gratitude. I do like little things. I don't know if any other YouTubers do. You know, like I imagine, you know, like if I'm looking at an open space and whatever, I imagine what it'd look like if all the people that subscribe to me on YouTube, like, were together, what it'd look like. And it blows my mind, blows my tiny mind. And some of you are just absolutely fucking epic. You know, people who comment and the people that like and shit like that. Like, I love you so much. So thank you for being here. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. Bye.